Hey everyone. So it's about bedtime and I'm just getting ready to turn in for the night, but I thought that I would make a quick post to kind of give you all an update. Sunday was a fantastic day. Sunday, I think I made like 3 different posts and I talked about getting out and getting active. We went on 2 different walks on Sunday and got a grocery order and talked about how we'd made the decision to try to keep snacky, sweet food out of the house, and just really felt like I'd accomplished a lot on Sunday. And then I guess I bragged too much on Sunday about how well I had slept for the last 2 or 3 nights. And so Sunday night didn't sleep worth 2 cents. And Monday I was exhausted. So I didn't even attempt to make a post on Monday. Um, just was not a terrific day. Today has been a much better day. I did sleep a lot better last night. We had a storm come through here last night, and so that did interrupt my sleep a little bit. About 3 o'clock this morning, the thunder and lightning woke me up. But fortunately, I was actually able to go back to sleep fairly easily. So that was good. That was wonderful. Um, anyway, wanted to give you a quick update about the the issue I was having with the Wegovy that I mentioned in one of my previous videos. So I'm still at the 0.25 milligram, even though I just took my 7th injection yesterday. So I'm getting ready to finish my second box, my second month's worth. And it's my understanding that it's pretty common for you to do 0.25 on weeks 1 through 4, and then for weeks 5 through 8, you move up to the next dose level, the 0.5 milligram. And so I had called my doctor's office to see if on my next refill I could go ahead and move up, because they gave me this script for the 0.25 milligram for 3 months. And I told the lady, let me back up. So I made that phone call, and I had told that on a previous video that I had made that phone call and hadn't heard anything back from the doctor's office. Well, today on my lunch break, I called the doctor's office again, and the lady who answered the phone, I told her that I wanted to leave a message with the person I see, with his nurse, because I wanted to make that request. And she said, well, his nurse isn't here today. Could I pass the message along for you? And so I said, sure. And I told her what I was calling about, what I was wanting. And she told me that she was very nice. So I'm not saying anything. She was very sweet. Don't want to say anything ugly about her at all. But she told me that historically, for you to go up in the dosage, you have to show some kind of results. And I said, well, I don't understand that, because my understanding from what I've read and from what I've heard is that most people don't see any results at 0.25 milligrams. A lot of people don't even see any results until they get to 1 milligram, or, closer to the full strength of it. And so how are you supposed to show results if you're not at a strength to see results yet? It just floored me. I don't understand it. And she said, well, it may not pass the pre-approval. Approval's not right. The pre-authorization with your insurance if you're not showing any results. So that really concerned me. She said she would go ahead and pass the request along and see what he decided to do. But, she wanted to make sure I was aware of that. So I may, who knows, might get to go up, but it's not looking real promising. And I may just have to wait. I may have to do another 4-week box at the 0.25 milligrams until I can go back in and see him again, which I've already got an appointment with him towards the end of next month. But then, if I have spent all this money and time with these injections and I get denied because I don't have results, I'm going to be really frustrated. because I thought that was the whole point of the medication was, you know, moving up in those dosages until you get to the point. Like I thought that what I've read and what I understand is you start at these low doses and you climb up in order for your body to adjust to the medication. And then when you get to those higher doses, you won't have some of these terrible side effects like the horrible constipation or the terrible cramping, or some people, I guess, diarrhea or vomiting, uh, chronic nausea or continual nausea, like some people say, is possible with this medicine, which I've had none of that. Um, so I'm really, really going to be disappointed if that's how it works out. I don't see, you know, if you struggle to lose weight and you're a middle-aged woman who's going through perimenopause or menopause or whatever you want to call it, and you keep gaining weight in spite of any efforts that you make, and then you have somebody tell you that a medicine that's supposed to help you, you can't have it because they won't let you build up to the dose you need in order for it to work. It's very disappointing. And then on top of that, it's not a cheap medicine. I mean, this medicine is expensive, super expensive. And even with insurance and a coupon from the Wegovy um, website, Novo Nordisk or whatever it is who makes Wegovy, even with all of that, having insurance, being able to use the coupon, it's still costing me this many digits to buy each prescription for the month. That's crazy. So anyway, um, whatever I find out about that, I will let you. I'll give you an update when I find something out. But that's going to be really disappointing if that's how that works out. Um, on another note, getting back to being physically active, I walked during our recess today. I have said this in previous videos, but my profession, I'm an educator, and so um, we we normally go to a playground that doesn't have a good space just to walk. But we got that heavy rain with the storm that came through last night, so the playground is in a low-lying area, and rather than go there, we went to a different area that's higher up, and it's encircled with like a little loop drive that goes around the back of the school. And it was a great place to walk. The kids love to play up there. They like to play kickball and stuff in the big grassy area that's in the center of the loop. And so one of the other teachers and I, while the kids played and while we, kept an eye on them, we walked around that loop. And for about half of the recess time, and I have to tell you, that really helped me to feel, I mean, I could just tell that it energized me for the rest of the afternoon. And then when we got home, my husband had fixed a really, really good, nutritious meal for us. We had salmon and green vegetables. And then after that meal, we went to a little, we call it the City Lake. It's just a little place down the road from us, gorgeous, and went for another walk. And so I could really tell that it really, I don't know if it's doing all that much good really physically, but I could tell mentally, like it's good for me mentally. And I'm hoping that it'll help me sleep well tonight. So that's just a little update on what's going on. Also, just to throw this little tidbit in there, I was talking to a friend of mine today. She and I are around the same age. Both of us are going through that whole menopause deal. And she was telling me about magnesium with L-thiamine. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but I already take magnesium, but she was telling me that if I get this certain type that includes L-thiamine, I know I'm not telling you all this exactly, but I'm going to look it up and order myself some, and I'll share on my next video exactly what I order and let you know whether or not I see any improvement. She said it doesn't really make you sleepy, but it really does help you to just like kind of relax and feel calm at bedtime. And so I'm since I need the calcium anyway, I'm going to give that a try next. So I'll let you know how that goes. And I appreciate you guys coming to turn the page with me. Hope that you all have a great rest of your night or rest of your day or whatever time it is. If anything here has been of any use to you at all, or even just entertaining, if you would like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. If you have any kind words of inspiration to leave in the comments, I would love to see those too. And come back next time when we will turn the page.